Cam, when you bring up being able to score from anywhere on the field, I'm even going to put Braxton Berrios and Amon Richards to the side because the two guys that I think of are Jeff Thomas and Christopher Herndon. And I think of Thomas because I think it's been maybe only 2 consecutive weeks. It seems like 3 that there was one play, and it was right after the half, of course, again in the previous game, the Syracuse game. Anyway, no, North Carolina game, that he gets lined up in the slot, and it's just bam, he takes off and throws up his hand, and it's 75 yards, and it's a touchdown like that. And when you've got a guy like that, boy, you can erase a lot of issues. You can go from having a mundane quarter of offense to, okay, we scored a touchdown, and we're on a 28-point pace. You know, it just changes things. And Christopher Herndon's emerging as one of the better players at his position in football.
Yeah, I agree with both of those, except for one little thing. Jeff Thomas is playing outside now. He's not playing slot. So he's playing the Z receiver next to Braxton Berrios, who's playing inside. So that touchdown at North Carolina, he was the outside receiver to the bottom of the screen, if you go back and watch that. And, yeah, he put the shake on and threw up the Randy Moss hand and everything, which is so just embarrassing. Like, I'm doing my job on the football field. I'm running around, and I have time to throw the hand up and say, yo, I'm so wide open. Give me the ball right now. Yo, you know, like that's crazy to me. So, yeah, but, you know, speed masks a lot of things. You know, speed changes the game. There's, you know, SB Nation's site called Team Speed Kills, because team speed kills, bro. I mean, if you don't, you can teach, you can get bigger, you can get stronger, you can get a little bit faster, but the kind of speed that Jeff Thomas has, you can't teach that. You know, that's like Kristaps Porzingis. You can't teach being 7'3" tall. You know, like there's certain things you just have to have, and he has that. And if you remember back to our recruiting videos previously, before National Signing Day 2017, the whole 2016 season, Mark Richt kept saying, we need speed at receiver. We need more speed. We need more speed. We need more speed. And we finally have that in Jeff Thomas and Mike Harley, who's nursing a little bit of an ankle injury, but those developments are positive. Going to Christopher Herndon, I've been saying for a long time that he's a very, very good player. It just kind of sucked for his national notoriety, because you had this athletic freak of David Njoku who's playing at the same time as him. And I'm not even going to say that Njoku started in front of Herndon, because we ran a lot of multiple tight end sets and moved those guys around. So they were co-starters. But when Njoku was running, you know, 4.5 40 and he's leaping 38 inches over people into the end zone, that kind of pops. And you forget, you know, 23, the other tight end, had damn good numbers. He had better numbers than most other tight ends in America. You just had this, you know, freak next to him. So now Christopher Herndon gets to play the Herndon role mixed a little bit with the Njoku role from last year. I mean, when you were talking about a tight end taking a little flat pass, a little flat route, turning it upfield and going almost 50 yards for a touchdown, running past and through people. You know, you've seen that against North Carolina up that seam route. Rozier threw a beautiful ball into the triangle in between 3 receivers or 3 defenders, caught the ball, spun, goes 51 yards to the house. It's crazy that Miami has the kind of speed and talent at a receiver position where we're talking about a tight end as being an electric player who can score from anywhere. But that's the kind of talent that Miami has, and we're finally seeing that come to the forefront. Obviously, we cannot forget about Travis Homer, who, you know, he had a 64-yard touchdown against Virginia Tech, a very stout defense that people like to talk about being very, very good. He just ran past him. And it was funny because when Mark Walton went down, people were saying that Travis Homer didn't have breakaway speed or athleticism, which I laughed at, because the kid scored, I think it was like 5 or 6 touchdowns of 80 or 90 yards as a high school senior 2 years ago. And you saw that kind of speed come to the forefront and just be, you know, demonstrated on the field against Virginia Tech. So there's a lot of guys out there. Braxton Berrios, he's had a couple long catches. Amon Richards had like a 43-yard post pattern that if the throw is a little bit better, he walks in from about 60 yards. So, yeah, I mean, there's more on top of that. Just Miami has weapons everywhere, and hopefully, you know, they're able to find some space against Notre Dame. But, yeah, I mean, the names are multiple and the talent is palpable. So Miami's offense is starting to click with the big plays, and hopefully that continues.